Good morning.
Good morning, Andy. How are you?
I'm good, Camille. How are you?
Oh, we are over the moon to be with you
Oh,
today. We were so excited just to say hello and thank you
hi.
for all that you do to create just a wonderful experience for our partners and for those around the world. We love you. And on
Oh,
behalf of all of the Starbucks partners, we just want to say how much we appreciate and value you.
thanks, Camille. That's really kind. And I'd love to talk a bit more about. I'd love just to share with people because people often don't know what we do with the companies and organisations and stuff. I'd love to share some of that in just a moment. But first of all, it looks like you're probably, given that you're wearing a mask, you're probably in one of your stores. Is that right?
We are. So I am here in our beautiful Potomac, Maryland
Yeah.
cafe, and I'm joined by our store manager, JR.
Hey, Joe, how you doing?
How are you?
How
And
you
then we
doing?
also have our district manager, Eric.
Hey,
Hello.
the whole crew.
And we have the whole crew that's here. We're so excited.
Amazing. And
Yes.
and then for you guys, this must be. I mean, it must have changed things. It's changed things overnight for everybody. But for someone, I never quite knew the scale of Starbucks. I mean, I knew obviously it's global, it's huge. I don't think I ever quite understood. I remember coming up to HQ and being told that there were, I think, kind of, is it 5 or 6 opening every single day or something like that around the world?
We do. We just have an amazing growth rate from
It's
all over the
incredible.
world. And so right now we have over 200,000 partners in 85 countries. And
Wow.
for those partners that are on Headspace, we have over 68,000 that use the Headspace account
Yeah.
in the US as well as Canada. And the stories that come out of our partners that share are just amazing and inspirational.
Well, like I'd love to ask you about a couple. I think it's amazing. The one thing we saw with Starbucks, and for people who aren't familiar with how we work with organisations and teams, I think very often the assumption is that they go to sort of offices and corporations, and maybe they're people who might be able to ordinarily kind of afford it anyway. And what I loved about what you were doing at Starbucks is this got Headspace out to lots of people who ordinarily wouldn't be able to afford it. And the sign-up rate and engagement was at a rate that I think you guys hadn't seen before, we hadn't seen before. It was really, really meaningful. And so for us as a team, it was a really big moment to see that many people. So I think within a few days, like 50,000 people had signed up, 50,000 partners had signed up. And I think that's a big part of that is because as a company, I know you really, I know you really kind of push like well-being kind of benefits in your company, and you try and encourage that with your team.
Absolutely. Today is a perfect day to have this conversation because May 1st is the first day of Mental Health Awareness Month.
It is
And
indeed.
so I couldn't think of a better time. And back in September, our leaders decided that we were going to have a conversation around mental health and wellness because it was so important to break the stigma. And we have identified tremendous benefits with Lyra, Headspace.
Yeah.
And in January, we offered the Headspace app to all of our partners. And again, over 68,000 are using it since January, and more to come. The stories that we hear about our partners using that either as an everyday practice to meditate, or they'll share that they have a virtual session every day. We have groups from around the country and around Canada that connect in the morning or in the afternoon to be with each other virtually and share in this wonderful practice. It really cleanses and settles the mind. And since we've been dealing with the COVID-19 experience, all of our partners in our communities are worried, they have fear, they have doubt, and it's all normal. And we recognize that, and we want to ensure that our partners have an outlet. Our mission is to inspire and nurture the human spirit one person, one cup, and one neighborhood at a time. And it starts with our partners. And it's so wonderful to work with leadership and our company that actually brings our mission to life every day in this way. And thank you so much for being our partner. And we represent all of our partners from around the world.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And there's lots of green hearts coming up on the on the page here today. And look, and a big thanks to you guys. I've seen lots of pictures on the news. Obviously, typically there are certain sectors, I think, of society that are getting a lot of praise, a lot of thanks right now. And I think those of you like yourselves who are going into work every day and keeping places open and keeping, you know, I've seen pictures of, I don't know how many kind of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions of cups of coffee you guys are sending into hospitals, but I've seen loads of pictures of that stuff happening. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Oh, absolutely. Our partners are amazing and resilient. And we just announced just recently that we have served over 1 million cups of coffee to our first responders and our frontliners. And it's completely voluntary, so our partners do this above and beyond. In fact, right down the street is Washington, D.C., and we have our partners in our stores that deliver food and our coffee to our precincts every day at roll call at 11 o'clock since the beginning of COVID. Our partners from around the country will go to the hospitals and then just connect and say thank you. And this is just because this is what they do. We are so appreciative of our first responders and frontliners. And it comes in millions of cups of coffee so far. And we're not done. We're not done.
I'm sure. What's it like, kind of, for those of us that don't have to put ourselves in that situation kind of every day, that's sort of either going into a formal place of work, maybe being able to work from home. What's the feeling being in a store where you have a steady stream of people coming in? Obviously, you're maintaining social distancing. Obviously, you're wearing masks and everything else. But there must be a heightened sense of alert anxiety in the mind when you're having to do that on a daily basis.
Yes, and you know, we actually want to meet every single partner where they are in the moment. We don't know what's happening in their home life. We know that the feelings are very natural, but we have a recipe to ensure that our partners and our customers are safe. So we have the social distancing, like you had mentioned, our facial coverings. We're really mindful, and we've really altered the way in which we're delivering our best moments each and every day. So we have a contactless approach. So they don't come into our cafes at this moment. It's a mobile order, or they go through the drive-through, and it's extremely safe, and our partners feel confident and safe. But there are those times when it can be unsettling, overwhelming. You hear the news. And that's when we have conversations, one-on-one conversations with every single partner to understand where they're at. It's been an amazing experience to see how our leaders have risen to the occasion. It's incredible.
Yeah, well, you have lots of your partners kind of saying hello to you here from all over, from Russia, from Abu Dhabi, like all kinds of different places popping up on the screen here. So yeah, given that lots of us are coming together for this. We've been trying to do this each day, and just as a way of reminding ourselves how important it is to take a little bit of time out of the day to pause and be quiet. I don't know how many of you got in the store right now, and I don't know how many of you are able to step away from the work that you're doing, but do you think we could maybe sit for 2 minutes?
I would love that. I would love that so much, Andy. And then we also have Carlos here that would love to share stories about the benefits of Headspace when we're done.
I'd love to. Well, can we hop over to Carlos first?
Sure.
We'll do it. We'll sit afterwards.
Hey,
hi, Carlos.
How are you today?
I'm well. How are you doing?
Pretty well. Really excited to be here. Thank you so much for having us. It's really an honor just getting to meet you and getting this moment to actually talk to you.
It's a pleasure. I'm loving the mask, by the way.
Thank you.
I can't quite work out the detail on there. What's going on?
We got like some Marvel superheroes going on. It was actually made by one of our partners at the Vista Garden store.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So when Carlos, for you and your team, when did you first find out about Headspace? And is this something that you tried to kind of incorporate as a team, or something that you do sort of independently at home?
Well, independently, I've been meditating for a while. And in all honesty, personally for me, Headspace was just such a great resource. We learned about it in our manager conference in Chicago. And then I personally started implementing and find that, guided meditations help me keep me more focused, like, and in the moment. Because often we find ourselves like, or at least how I did meditation, I would find myself, losing track of everything and not even knowing that I was like drifting off. But with the guided meditation, it's a really nice way to help myself and, build these connections as well. As for my team, we try to incorporate it into day-to-day life. We find that, a lot of our life is built on, these routines and repetition, which, really reinforce our reality and our self-image. And we're finding that there is this lack of, like, in these times with some of our partners. And that energy could be internalized in negative ways, as in self-doubt and regrets. And I really love the piece you did on self-forgiveness. And that has been so, I've been implementing it left and right here. And it's, you get that 1 minute of regret and see how it relates to your life and how you want to be, And I just love that piece so much. And I've been sharing it with my partners. And it's been so instrumental in helping them realize, hey, it's not as bad. It's like, I'm also not only, do all our customers that come through our doors with their interaction help us, but I'm also part of their norm. And how can I help them?
Yeah, I love that. It's always interesting for me, especially kind of within workplaces, workspaces, when we're talking about sort of mindfulness meditation being introduced there. Sometimes it's normally more in the press, to be honest, and it's kind of this take of, kind of businesses introduce it to be more productive, they're interested in the bottom line, or this kind of thing. But it's interesting that we even kind of think of the things as being mutually exclusive. I think the given meditation is something that can benefit ourselves as individuals, but also when we come together as teams, recognizing that we all bring our minds from many different environments at home. We all come together, and the expectation is, we'll just all be able to kind of leave what's happened at home, that we'll all just automatically all get on with one another, and therefore we will show up as our best as a team. I think that's a really big ask. It's a really big expectation, and I feel like they're not mutually exclusive. We can do things like meditation that benefit ourselves, which at the same time benefit the way we work as a team.
Yeah, most definitely. I especially love the noting technique as well. I try to sneak it in when we start our shifts. It's like, how are you doing today? And just starting with that and slowly kind of incorporating that in there. Because a lot of times, like, one of the misconceptions that I've been dealing with, it's like you have to meditate this for a long time. And it's kind of like, I don't have the time. And it's like, whatever, time you can to meditate, you just take that time to go ahead and do it. It's all individual, and it's like, it all depends on the individual, what you get from it. And whatever perspectives you gather from whatever time you spend meditating, it's just such a powerful thing.
Yeah. No, so I love from the CEO downwards in your org, genuinely, like the whole team has said kind of what a joy it's been, what a pleasure it's been to work with you all and to continue working with you all. So thank you for your passion for it and for making it available for everyone. It's a huge thing. So can we do a bit of meditation?
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Carlos.
We are practicing social distancing, so that way you can see that's why we're moving around a little bit. So
I see that.
Appreciate your patience as we stay safe for our partners and our customers.
Not at all. I appreciate you all taking the time out, and hopefully we're not keeping too many people out on the street waiting in their cars for their morning cup of tea or coffee?
Not at all. In fact, right before we went live, we had an ambulance come outside and fill up for their coffee. And every time I come here, there's either a firefighter truck or the ambulance that comes, and this is their daily stop. So
that's awesome.
we keep fueling up our customers, and
nice.
So it's great. Thank you.
Nice. All right. Well, guys, so we'll do just a short 2-minute exercise. And for those of you in the store, I don't recommend lying down. For those of you at home, you're welcome, as always, to do this sitting down, lying down, whatever is most comfortable. And I normally say, kind of, if I'm in a room with a group of people, if you're holding a hot cup of coffee or tea, please put it down, because I have seen people spill them as they've fallen asleep meditating. So if you're doing that in the store, I recommend you put them down. And we're going to start in the usual way. So eyes open, just a soft focus with the eyes. And whenever you feel ready, just taking a big deep breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. So as you breathe out through the mouth, just gently closing the eyes if you'd like to. And just feeling the weight of the body pressed down. So just allowing the body to sink down into the seat or the floor beneath you. And just enjoying those few seconds of having stopped, having paused. And as you start to slow down, just starting to notice how the body feels this morning or today. Any sense of heaviness or restlessness in the body? Maybe the body feels very light, very still. And at the same time, just starting to become aware of the breath as well. So without breathing in any special way, just beginning to notice that rising and falling sensation of the breath. As always, if you can't feel it in your body, just gently place your hand on your stomach so you can feel that movement. And we're just going to rest here. If you prefer to count the breaths, you can, but no need to. We're just going to stay here for 10, 20 breaths. As always, just allow any thoughts to come and go. It's not about stopping thoughts. It's just about stepping back and not engaging with the thoughts as they pass us by. So the mind's going to wander. If you realize you've been distracted, just gently come back to the breath. So just giving yourself a moment to slow down, to pause. It's good for the mind, it's good for the body, and good for our relationships with those around us too. And then just for a moment, letting go of any focus on the breath, but just give yourself 10 seconds to let the mind do whatever it wants to do. If the mind wants to think, you can let it think. And then just gently bringing the attention back again to the body. Back against that feeling of weight and contact. And whenever you're ready, you can gently open the eyes again. Thank you, Starbucks. Thanks,
Thank you,
Camille.
Andy.
And
we appreciate you.
And likewise, and just reminder, if Camille, I know most of your partners know, but if you do work at Starbucks, yes, you have access to Headspace. If you're one of the healthcare providers, medical staff who pop in there on a daily basis, please remember that Headspace is free for you guys too. If you're an educator, Headspace is free. And if you're none of those things, within Headspace right now, there's the Weathering the Storm collection. Lots of content. It's free to use. It's free to download. I hope you find it helpful. And thank you to you guys for everything you're doing to support your local communities wherever you are.
Thank you so much. On behalf of all of our Starbucks partners and our frontliners, we want to say we love you and we thank you so much for all that you do.
Thanks, Camille. Take care. Have a good weekend, everybody. Stay safe. And we'll see you on Monday for Take 10.